Back in the village of Edenfield. Sunday morning. Not as early. I got up early, tried to start off about 8 o'clock, and it was so foggy. Man, it wasn't worth doing it. Still overcast, but at least it's clear and not foggy. But in Village of Edenfield, right across from the turnpike over here, next to the golf course, these patio villas, I guess they've been released here just recently because a bunch of these have already sold. They're already pending. I don't know about all of them, but a lot of them are. Especially this road right here to the left. This is on Kerner Street and Fields Court. But what we're going to do, we're going to go straight that way. We're going to ride around a whole nother area and see how things are looking in that direction. Let's hit it. Brand new courtyards, Alex Avenue, Edenfield Run, and we'll be coming to check these out maybe next week. These are almost finished, brand new courtyard villas. I'd check it out, but I don't know, the streets look pretty cluttered up. I don't know, maybe do I dare? Just a bunch of pieces of wood, dirt, and rocks in the street right now. I'm sure there's probably a nail or two as I see them. But most of these, as far as the houses are concerned, looks like a lot of them are done or painted. They're not done. That's not what I mean. A lot of them have been painted. You go down there. A lot of them aren't finished being painted. You're getting there. There's a lot to do left in here. We won't go there. That house right here is getting a huge concrete pad to the side of that house on this corner. That looks to me to be one of those garden villas right there. I wonder if they're mixing them in with courtyards, or are these all going to be garden villas? Right to the right. That house was getting a swimming pool added to it. But these houses look like courtyard villas. And on that little street over there, I know I saw what look to be the garden villa models. I wonder if they're kind of doing both in here. That's an interesting question. Yeah, I'm going to keep my eye on that area right there. We're going to come back and see how things are being done. So I'm just curious to see if they're incorporating courtyard villas with garden villas. Or are all these going to be considered garden villas? I don't know. Well, we're going to see as these develop. But just looking at it like this, these look like courtyards right here. But I got fooled before. It's just possible that these all could be, I don't say all, but look at this house right here. Got the 2-car garage, a separate golf car garage, and that little split driveway right there with that cage. That right there is a garden villa type setup. And that one's got a cage already on it. This is going to be an interesting spot here, guys. But when you look at these houses over here to the right, they look like your typical courtyards. But is that what they really are? I won't know yet until they get further along to see what they do with these. It almost looks like, just by looking at it like this, they look like they're mixing in courtyard villas with garden villas. Or are these a revamped garden villa design? Who knows? I'm just simply guessing, but they look like courtyards with some garden villa models in it. Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on this spot and come back next week and see how they start to develop. There's Soup Loop. We actually checked that out last week. Soup Loop. Right now I'm on Edenfield Run. We come down this street, it'll take you over to another little section that we haven't hit up too much. They knocked down that street sign and haven't put it back up yet. On the other corner, they took out a whole lamppost. Look at the lighting fixtures on that house. For those who may not know, and you're looking at these houses for the very first time, and you're exploring the Villages, Florida, these are considered designer homes. Where it gets confusing is, you know, the Villages spec homes are houses that people that bought the lot and then they have a house built on it. But there still are Villages home construction. I turned left on Ferguson Court. You know what? I think we did this last week because this was a cul-de-sac right here. Let's come along a little further. Look at that designer home. Look at that garage door. A little different. I'm gonna cross over Cottage Trail onto Ferguson Court on the other side here. Tried to get in here last week and they were scraping the roads and all. Look at the other side. If for some reason you did have a house built, or you're just looking to purchase one here that the Villages had built, you see a house that you're trying to buy, or you won the lottery system, drop a comment below. Let us know if you're closing on a house here soon. Say like this one right here. If this is your house, for example, and you see it in this video, hey, let me know. It's got a nice little swimming pool right here on the corner of the street though. Everybody, good to see your bellies. Coming back down on Cottage Trail. You know, I don't know why they put all these porta-johns out here. In the beginning, yes. But I know that as these houses get developed and they have functioning bathrooms and toilets, they're going in the houses to do their business. The porta-john is almost just sitting there for looks. I hate to say it, but I know it happens. Taking a left back on Edenfield. On the side here, golf cart trail. Little fencing up. They haven't painted it yet. That's the golf cart path for the golf courses. Golf course extends out over there. Still continuing on the Edenfield run. We're passing Vertimark Way, these verandas, which people are already starting to move in. Some of them have been sold, closed on them, people getting moved in. This house, look at that metal roofing on top. That's unusual. That's the first time I've seen a house in the Villages with metal roofing on their gables. I don't know what to make of that, but that could be a custom deal there. You know, somebody had it built. That's what I'm thinking. There's a pretty blue, white, and gray. Those are my colors right there. I like pretty greens too. this whole street and everything is done. It's crazy. There's a whole nother area I know where they're building brand new patio villas. There's often a whole nother section. I'm gonna turn right on Chaput Avenue. Chaput Avenue, Edenfield Run. You know, what boggles my mind is last week, this was all dirt, chaos. Come back about another week or so later and it looked like it's already been here for 2 months. It's just never ceases to amaze me how fast they could transform some nothing, open fields to just a beautiful neighborhood. Hardly no time at all. And it's just the process. It's the way the villages, you know, these developers and these builders do things. I'm gonna maybe come back this way. It's in the way that these are constructed that allows them to get so much done, and it still produces a high quality, well constructed houses. They surpass Florida code, all that jive. I'm actually back down on Edenfield Run. Back on Edenfield Run, because this is the road that I need to really get on to get out, so I can get to kind of where I want to get to. I just came down Charles Lane. See a few houses over here. There's construction stuff going on another road. Well, it's going on everywhere, really. But I've noticed it looks like there's new cottage homes coming up. I'm getting on here on Shackleford Trail. Yeah, and there's going to be brand new patio villas off to my left right here that are quickly coming up. It's really wild to watch how the construction, it's like a swarm of bees, and they hover around an area until it's all finished, then they migrate to another area and start hovering around over there a lot. Shackleford Trail and Ronald Drive. I'm only going to tiptoe in here just a little bit. But if you look, we'll come back in about another week. All these right here that you're seeing are cottage. Either going to be cottage villas or cottage homes. So this whole neighborhood right here will be cottages, cottage homes. If you hear me say cottage villas, it's because cottage homes they're all the same. It's just the cottage villas come with privacy fencing, like verandas and courtyards or whatever. If they don't, then they just call them cottage homes. But coming on back on Bryan Place, we came here last week from off of Shackleford Run, not Shekel. If I keep saying Shekel, I'm saying it wrong, as I always do. At Shackleford Run, Shackleford Run Trail, Shackleford Trail, and Bryan Place. And off in there will be brand new upcoming patio villas, all right in this section. But what I've noticed back there is that patio villa, there's like a separation. So sometimes when I see that, there's like a two-part video of villa neighborhood. So that'll be interesting to see if that's what they're going to do. I'm trying to take it slow because I don't want to be kicking up a bunch of dirt. But that means I got to rinse off the golf cart when I do. Tony Terrace comes back out to Edenfield Run again. But man, that Edenfield Run, it must go way out there, and then somehow, yeah, it makes its way back this way. All right, I'm getting back on Shackleford Trail to run up here to McNeil Drive. Coming back to McNeil Drive, I'm going to cut this video off for here today. Don't want it to run too long. If you haven't already, please like the video. That's very important for me. And please subscribe to the channel. And until next time, guys, I'm going to catch you again in the next glorious Sunday morning of video.
Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. One day I'll be yours. One day I'll be yours. One day I'll be yours. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life changes, just open the door. One thing's certain, I'll always be